is my predictions, which were so really horrible, was that we were going to be taken over by the New World Order, one world government. It goes back 72, 73 years. Actually, which people don't realize that term, New World Order, one world government, which is what we are seeing today out of Washington, D.C. That's what we are faced with. And how we're going to handle it, I'm not sure. But that term was the term that Adolf Hitler used when, in 1938, when he started his junk, his crazy idea of a one world government, new world order. That's what he called it himself. Adolf Hitler's term. And it's been carried on by bad persons in government who don't care at all about the Constitution or the freedom at all, because that doesn't work. The dismissing of Tucker, right in when, of course, he was in the middle of a two-part series with Elon Musk, who also is a real enemy of the bad guys in general. I mean, and besides being very rich, he is worried about humanity, the information, the advancements, things that I'm aware of that most people are not, relative to artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence is devastating. It's so good. It is so far ahead of what people could imagine. And a couple of years ago, they had two of them that they had put together and started conversations between each other. That's two separate, let's say, computers, artificial intelligent computers. And they ended up, the scientists who were doing the experiments, the electronic wizards that were doing that, they had to shut it down. Two of them. They started talking together, and they had created their own undecipherable language and started making plans and communicating at a level that the people that had originally constructed these two artificial intelligent operations, they had to shut it down because they were cut out. It was a language that they did not understand, and they actually had to just pull the power.
First off, my name's Bob Fletcher. It's interesting that they call for hearings after we ourselves were the ones that generated our appearance here to the committee that failed to hear us after we expended many thousands of bucks out of our pockets to get out here from several different parts of the country. It's interesting. They're calling it now an inquiry, or requesting an inquiry into the militia groups, as opposed to the title, which was to be the militia movement across America, which would have been the title of the little Senate meeting that we were to have today. Okay, so that's interesting. Obviously, it's politics as usual in Washington D.C. To take one thing, drop a few colors of black into the paint and change it around. Of course, normally it's whitewash. This time it's being turned in the other direction. The idea, first off, the idea that there's more to be feared from American patriots that love the Constitution, as opposed to the people that the ATF and the FBI. First off, there's not, to my knowledge, been any at all major criminal activity by any patriot group at all. Period. Done. End of story. And I can give you a list of so many abuses, including dead people and drug smuggling and murder and assassination by those 3- and 4-letter combination agencies out of this town right here, that you wouldn't even have enough time to cover it at a press conference. So maybe Mr. Schumer needs to pick up one of these packages that includes the Constitution, and he can get himself back on track. I'm afraid the Constitution, folks, is the single mandate of the militia patriot groups across America. It's the preservation of the Constitution of America, and we are losing it literally on a weekly basis. And the abuses of executive orders, which are dictatorial in nature and basically constitutionally incorrect, obviously, are completely out of hand. Yes.
that's like 28 years ago.